Nuclear submarines don't just carry missiles, they vanish for months, slipping beneath the waves on missions so secret that even their crews only learn details once sealed underwater. These operations have tapped enemy cables, tracked rival fleets, and risked direct confrontation, all in total radio silence. But how close do they come to disaster? And how much don't we know about the realities inside a submarine's secret missions? USS Halibut, later joined by the USS Parch, was reworked from bow to stern for missions few would ever know about. These submarines carried specialized skids and lockout chambers, allowing divers to exit deep beneath hostile waters. At the bottom, teams attached recording pods, long cylindrical clamps that hugged Soviet undersea cables, collecting entire conversations and command orders. The taps did not pierce the cables, avoiding detection and preserving the flow of Soviet signals. Every move was calculated to avoid noise, from the slow crawl of the sub to the muffled clicks of divers' tools. Meanwhile, sonar specialists, nicknamed Golden Ears, tracked enemy vessels by listening for the faintest propeller signals. Their expertise meant the difference between shadowing a rival unnoticed or being discovered. Intelligence gathered in these moments shaped the course of the Cold War, all while the boats remained invisible in the ocean's depths. Special operations forces often slip from a submarine's hull through a lockout chamber, never breaching the surface. Modern boats feature moonwell architecture, vertical shafts leading straight from the pressure hull to the sea, allowing teams to launch or recover without outside detection. Divers climb clearance ladders, their movements known only to a handful of crew, each briefed separately according to strict clearance. Even among those on board, only a select few are told the full objective. This compartmental approach means a diver may spend hours preparing for a mission, yet never know its true target until moments before deployment. For the rest of the crew, 90 days can pass in total radio silence, following a mission's control protocol so rigid that even routine messages are forbidden. The weight of secrecy presses in from every angle, as much a part of the mission as any piece of hardware. Submarines are built to disappear. Their greatest weapon isn't a missile or torpedo, but the simple fact that no one knows where they are. Detection is not just a tactical setback, it can end the mission and trigger a crisis. Naval commanders stress that stealth outweighs firepower. A submarine's silence is its shield. Everything on board, from machinery to crew routines, is engineered to avoid making a sound that could betray its position. Even the most powerful nuclear submarine is powerless if it's found. In these missions, being heard is more dangerous than being outgunned. Stealth is survival. A sudden sonar ping cuts through the quiet. Within seconds, the command is given, silent running. Every unnecessary machine powers down, and crew freeze in place. Propellers slow to a crawl, and voices drop to whispers. In this state, even a dropped wrench could mean disaster. During a patrol in the Barents Sea on February 11, 1992, the USS Baton Rouge and Russia's K-276 Kostroma found themselves on a collision course. Both captains ordered evasive maneuvers, but the subs collided beneath the waves. Metal scraped metal, sending shockwaves through both crews. No one died, but the risk was unmistakable. One wrong move and the outcome could have been catastrophic. Inside a submarine, the world shrinks to steel, shadows, and the constant hum of machinery. Every inch is rationed. Crew members sleep in shifts, sharing bunks still warm from the last man's body. Hot racking, they call it. There's no sunrise, no sunset. Fluorescent lights burn around the clock, erasing any sense of time. The air tastes flat, filtered, and recycled, carrying the faint smell of oil and metal. Privacy is a memory. Even dreams are interrupted by the next shift's footsteps. A submariner describes it as living inside a machine that never stops, where you learn to ignore the creaks and clangs, but never the pressure. Mistakes aren't just personal, they threaten the mission, the boat, sometimes more. One sailor put it simply, down here, one mistake and you're not just risking your own life, you're risking the whole mission, maybe a war. For months, this is reality. The weight of silence presses in, and every breath is a reminder of what's at stake. Naval psychologists describe a world where stress is measured in weeks, not hours, and the smallest irritations can grow into real threats to crew cohesion. Pre-deployment screening weeds out those most at risk, using psychological profiles like Subscreen to lower the odds of breakdowns at sea. Most submariners never require emergency evacuation, but the rates for psychological distress are higher than on surface ships, and extraction in mid-mission is rare but possible. To help crews cope, modern boats use circadian lighting, encourage exercise, and offer mindfulness training. Still, anxiety and sleep disorders persist, especially on patrols lasting over 90 days. Intelligence analysts point to the ethical and legal debates that follow these missions. Whether undersea cable tapping violates international law remains unsettled, with UNCLOS Article 113 at the heart of the dispute. As unmanned vehicles begin to access even deeper cables, the questions only multiply. How far can secrecy and endurance be stretched before something has to give? Modern submarines can remain submerged and undetected for up to 90 days, carrying out missions so secret that even most crew members know only fragments. As documented, operations like Ivy Bells use modified submarines, including USS Halibut and USS Parch, to tap Soviet cables for years, while strict silence protocols and countermeasures remain the frontline defense against detection. The 1992 collision between USS Baton Rouge and a Russian submarine is one of the few declassified incidents that reveal how close these missions come to disaster. Yet much of what happens beneath the surface is still classified, with key details and mission outcomes withheld from public view. Today, the psychological cost of life on board is acknowledged through modern screening and support programs, though not all effects are fully understood. As technology advances, the balance between intelligence gathering, safety, and human limits remains unresolved. What is clear is that the true story of submarine missions is written as much in secrecy as in steel.